Welcome, fight fans, to episode 92 of the Hooks In MMA podcast. We've got the biggest UFC card of the year coming up this weekend in Abu Dhabi. It's UFC 280 with 2 title fights squaring off there. Make sure to tune in midday, 2 p.m. main card, 10 a.m. prelims. Get that coffee going, maybe some Baileys if that's up your alley, or maybe you're sticking to the edibles and the smokables. Or why not all 3? But we've got a great segment ahead, breaking down the main card for you, sharing our best bets, and touching on some value plays as well. And so it's been a while, guys. We're happy to be back with y'all. I'm going to pass it over to my good friend Ben Zeman to kick off Easy Lines. Let's get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Kronz, for that introduction there. And sorry, are we going off for the main event then first off, or do you want to start off with the prelims?
Let's see if we've got any sleeper prelims here to share, because these could be the morning slate that before lunchtime hits.
True. Yeah. You go ahead there, Zoni. I don't have any prelim picks there, so you go ahead there, sir.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah, just looking at Makhachev against Canadian Malcolm Gordon. Massive favorite for Makhachev. He's the next biggest thing in the UFC. Last time out, I think he went to a decision, and it was kind of like just dominated, but didn't go for the finish. And I know he's going to avenge that. And unfortunately, the Canadian is gonna fall here. I got Makhachev in the first round finish. It's plus 137 to finish him by sub or strikes in the first.
I agree.
Nice.
Yeah, Malcolm, it's a tough test for him, and last time out, right, Fight Island, I don't think he fared too well there. So
no,
pretty sure it was a 12-second jab knockout loss.
Yeah,
so
it was a night.
Yeah. The one after actually kind of tickles my fancy here. Armen Petrosyan versus AJ Dobson. I don't know if you guys watched that. I think it was a fight night. It says 2 months, 3 weeks ago, where he fought Kyle Baralho, and it was an absolute bloodbath war.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's back in the ring 2 months later. Like, I thought the doctors suspend you and they like put you on layaway for 6 months, but this guy's back at it, so I respect him for that.
Yeah,
but I think he's getting upset. I think AJ Dobson really wants to avenge his only loss. Kind of a tough one. Malkoon's on a bit of a heater there, but he is a Dana White Contender Series alum, and I just think has more athleticism and potentially better offensive wrestling to get the dub. And hey, man, plus 180 odds. I like that. So that's one of my early value plays to circle on your card. What do you think about that, Zoni or Z? Have you looked at that match at all? Or?
Just totally agree with you, but I have nothing to add to it.
Cool. Yeah, I like that X Factor reach, 5-inch reach, which is pretty big at middleweight. So liking that one. How about Ozdemir Krylov, Zoni? I know you have been talking about that match for a while.
I have, and it's the biggest disappointment known to man. I have nothing to share about it. I am right split down the middle. I'm not sure who's going to win this fight.
I know, because I was on the other side of that Paul Craig Ozdemir, and Ozdemir was really impressive. Really good fight IQ. Great approach to get that. My gut tells me Krylov, but he's been kind of shaky, right? He lost to Paul Craig, got subbed. Ankalaev, really tough match. Tough split to Glover. Man, this seems like a coin flip written all over it. Z, do you have any leans on these two heavyweights here?
Yeah,
light heavies, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a tight spot. It really seems like a 50-50 fight to me. So I'm down with Volkan at plus 140. I think that looks like pretty good value to me. Like I said, his last 2 losses were Magomed and Yuri Prochazka. So and Dominic Reyes before that, Anthony Smith, Daniel Cormier. Those are his 5 losses. I'm okay with those losses. And Nikita, he's been around for a long time. I feel like at least 7-8 years in the UFC. fighting a lot of, or I think he left for a bit, came back, I believe. But yeah, I think at this point, Volkan's got a little bit more to offer there, especially at the plus money. I'll take that little half unit. Maybe not just to start off the evening, or you go you go full unit if you want. But I think at the plus money, even a half unit is profitable there. So I like that play.
Yep, you sold me, Z. More I think about
Yep.
it, I think it's a dog or pass. And
Yep.
you know what? Best card of the year. We're going dog. We're not passing on anything tonight.
And speaking of dog,
Yeah,
I have got someone who, guy everyone's been talking him up, Kyle Barallo, but he hasn't fought anybody like Muradov. I got Muradov at plus 170 money line to beat Barallo. He's never fought somebody like Muradov. His only loss recently, he kind of gassed, and then he put himself in a bad position against Mearshart and got submitted, which can happen. But every other fight has been fantastic, and I think he kind of stalls the hype train here of Baralho.
what method you like in there? Would you go within distance or points?
Yeah, that's tough for me. I couldn't give any valuable information. Just a money line for Muradov, I think.
Well, so our listeners know, if you're looking at finish, it's plus 300, right? So that's implied probability at 25%, pretty good value. If you're going to the cards, plus 500, 6-1 odds. That's, I think, what I'm going to be going with here. A little sprinkle, 6-1. Baralho actually did show a pretty nice chin there against Petrosian, and seemed just like he had a big heart. And well, he fought a really good fight, obviously, too. But yeah, that could be a nice one. I'm looking at a 3-inch height advantage too for Muradov, which could come into play in the striking game. So yeah,
I like
that could
him.
be nice value. Beauty. So moving up, we're getting closer to future prelim, which I guess it is. Sean Brady, undefeated, 15-0 versus Bilal Muhammad, coming off a nice little stretch of wins there. He's strung together, but is a dog by Vegas. What do you guys make of that? This one I've been waiting for a while.
Yeah, what do I make of it? I don't really know about how they're making the lines or whatever, but I love Bilal in this fight. I don't think Brady offers anything that Muhammad hasn't seen. Brady's best way to win is by wrestling, and Bilal's really good and very defensive and high IQ, and the IQ is the IQ selling me on somebody that's shown a little bit of a weakened gas tank as the third round comes about. So Bilal Muhammad has great cardio. I got him as a dog, another dog.
Yep. Slight dog there, plus 110. Z, what are you feeling about this? If you have any leans?
Yeah, no, actually, it's, I definitely like the dog line, but it's exactly it. It almost seems like a trap because Bilal has beat such good competition the last couple of fights, and Brady hasn't really done he beat Chiesa, which is great decision, obviously proven himself as a strong grappler there, as Zone said, but Bilal, he has great takedown defense. He has great, all around game, and he's always been underrated by the fans, by the UFC, and the odds makers as well. So it seems like we haven't learned our lesson yet. I don't know exactly, or maybe we're totally the ship has totally turned the other way, and yeah, Brady's the real deal, and we don't know that, or there's someone out there that knows a lot more, that's betting $1 million on it or something, that's keeping this line the way that it is. But I'm not really sure. Well, I'm not sure what's happened there, but I'm down with Bilal Muhammad. I've underestimated him too much in the past, as of recent last year or two, to go against him in this spot as a dog. He always wins fights by decision. Him plus 175, 3-round fight. Ship that as well. Put a little half unit on that. And love life after that and enjoy.
You do bring up a good point about somebody putting $1 million on something we don't know, and it could be happening, shifting the line.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think this all boils down to Bilal not being likable and the public money
yeah.
going on. Like Brady's kind of this up and comer young. He's marketable, right? He's jacked, all tatted. He chirps. He's from Boston.
Paul
like
Felder always talks him up, and he's calling the
oh,
card this weekend. So
if you're an American MMA fan, I just feel your heart goes to Brady, and I think that's what's happening here. If I look at Tapology, 55% of their users are taking Brady, which then explains what we're seeing on the sports book.
Yep.
Whether that's educated or casual or sharp money. No, I actually think sharp money came down on Bilal, because I've been watching these odds for a few weeks now, and Brady opened, I think it was minus 140, 145. So actually money's come on the Bilal side. And listening to you guys and doing some research earlier, yeah, the more I think Bilal is going to come out with his arm raise. So if you can get plus money, that's just a bonus in my eyes, right? So now it's tough. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to finish him. That's plus 600. Do you go money line or do you go decision? It's only 65 cents difference. Plus 175 decision, plus 110 money line. I guess if you're feeling risky, you go by decision. Get that extra juice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do both. For me, I think that's a lot of juice for me, and I also. I mean, like I don't know.
Like off historicals, you mean, Z? Like you look at Muhammad's track record, it's almost all
exactly. Yeah, if you take that into account, and like you're almost getting whatever 33% more payout there or something, right? So it's I like that. I like that for it's worth it for the decision. I think I don't see him. I don't know this Sean Brady too well, but I don't think he's going to get finished too easily, especially by a guy like Bilal, who's.
I think Bilal is going to be patient. He's going to pick his spots, and he's going to be like that technical striker, perhaps score the takedowns for judges. And you're right, it might be a underwhelming fight, perhaps. I don't know, but I mean, last time he was stopped was Luque in 2016. That's 6 years ago. Last time he stopped someone, Takashi Sato, 2019, over 3 years ago. Yeah, I don't really see a finish happening here.
But I don't either.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't go.
We've been proven wrong before. So,
True.
But like, yeah, it's hard for me to see it happening. Really hard for me to see it happening there.
So this is a reminder for Z, but also to our viewers who might have missed last episode. Zone and I found a discrepancy on Bet365 where sometimes the total rounds over 2.5 is the same odds as fight goes the distance. Right. And so you actually get 2 minutes and 30 seconds free. Of value free. But it's not on this one. I don't mean to mislead anyone, but just keep an eye out for that, because that we were recording. We're like, what the fuck? Like, how is this?
Thank you.
Yeah. And then of course it hit. So
well, that's the whole game right there, right? Yes. Any edge you can find, that you have to take it, because that's
the moral.
These lines are hard to beat already.
Yep.
So
you got it. And
that's good. Yeah, exactly.
So I think that leads us right into the main card here. We've got Caitlin Chikukian versus Manon Ferrot as the first opening fight. This one I didn't do much research on, to be honest with you. Ferrot's a big favorite, minus 200. What do you guys think is going to happen here?
Chikiji, go ahead, Z. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'll give my very basic one before, I'm sure you have more expertise or more expert analysis. But I mean, Caitlin, I mean, obviously she's the kind of older veteran fighter here within this matchup. Fjord is the up and coming fighter. Seems like they both beaten Jennifer Maia recently as well. Taking a look at it, most recently, Caitlin did come off a split decision win over Amanda Ribas. I forget. I don't know if there was some controversy around the fight, and there might have been, but it was a close fight clearly. And yeah, I mean, I'm liking the dog at plus 170. I don't know. Like, is there any value there, Zoni, or is this up and comer Mano Fiort? Is she the real deal here? And she's going to be able to get the win off, clearly more experienced fighter in Caitlin.
I'm on your side, buddy. I like Chikagian is the Bilal Muhammad in the women's division. Like everybody hates her for some reason, but she's sick, and like she's been kind of doubted so many fights too. Like the up and comer, she's fighting. She's good everywhere, and Faro is like the best striker you've ever seen next to Shevchenko. But Chikagian keeps coming, and I think that Manon hasn't fought somebody with this good of wrestling and pressure. And I think that's going to be the difference. And I think, I don't know what the value is, but for Chikagian by decision, I think I already took it. That would be my pick.
Plus 260?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Really good.
That's really good.
So,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I like that a lot as well. So, like, even if you took Bilal plus 175, Caitlin plus 260, what we got? What does that give us?
plus
900.
plus
Wow.
900.
10 to 1.
And then if you throw in
good.
fucking Vulcan by money line, now you got 23. And that's only a 3-leg parlay, like, like
That's pretty good.
Exactly, like it's not that hard to hit that, or like, I mean, hard enough, obviously, as we know, but it's nothing like a 5 or 6 leg.
Stranger things have happened. I think.
Maybe we could even find a late, like 2.5 rounds is the same value as go the distance and throw that in there for a 4-legged parlay.
Maybe they listened to episode 91 and shut it down. I haven't seen it since, but that still was crazy.
Yeah,
it was a women's fight
so
too,
weird.
so it was
weird.
like it's going over.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, strength of schedule, I would say definitely Chikugian's got the upper hand.
Yep.
She's fought the who's who, and fortunately lost to most of the top ones, but like that's still good experience, and I think could help her win and get that X factor.
The UFC wasn't going to re-sign her too, and like she still wanted to stay there, but she wanted to get paid. And then they're like, "Well, we'll bring you back for one fight against Reboss," and she crushed her. So like then they had to re-sign her. Like she kind of, bet on herself, and I don't know. I think she takes it.
PD. So this moves on to one of the, I would call, biggest lightweight matchups of the year that isn't a championship fight. And that's Beneil Dariush versus Mateusz Gamrot, two studs just on crazy win streaks that are just on a collision course. And this could be the fight of the night. And they're not household name, like not many non-casuals would know who we're talking about here. But like for me, this one, I think we did a New Year's episode and talked about predictions or something. And I remember there's rumors of this or something, and we were talking about it. So like highly anticipated for some of the more I don't know, loyal UFC fans. But yeah,
it's going to be a banger.
What do you guys think? Yeah, what's your analysis here?
What do you got, Z?
Yeah, no, it is absolutely going to be a great fight, and in my opinion, it's a little bit more of a 50-50 fight than these odds are leading on. So again, I'm liking the dog value in this one. Not to say Gamrot can't win this fight, because he certainly can. He's riding off a huge win off Armin Terzukian, who was another this lightweight division is just absolutely stacked. It doesn't matter. Like, should be a top 30 ranking for that division alone, not a top 15.
Best, eh?
Yeah. It's unreal. So that is a huge win for Gamrot. But Dariush has clearly fought much tougher strength of schedule over the course of his career. His last win, it was against Tony Ferguson. hasn't aged quite as well, right? But I mean, it's still a solid win. He had a split decision win over Diego Ferreira. Gamrot has the same win over Ferreira as well, but that was a second round finish. So it's the MMA math. It's kind of hard to balance those two. And that's exactly why I'm looking at this fight as more of a 50-50 fight. Could Gamrot be an absolute crazy, top 5, top 10 guy? I think he has the potential to be that, but Dariush has already proven that, and I'm willing to take that much plus money. Like, again, like plus 162, like that's not like a small fate. Like, again, like it's not like, there's a big difference. To me, there's a big difference between plus 110 and plus 162. You're getting it's a ton more payout. It makes a big difference in the long run in these bets. So I love that value. I'll take that all day. And 3-round fight at decision plus 333. They're both tough guys. They're both going to fight well. It's going to be a 3-round war. Very good chance of that, I think. So Dariush plus 333. Gamrot, he's a plus 140 as the decision. So clearly the odds makers are leaning more on this one to go to decision in general. So I'll take a coin flip at plus 162. They seem to be given nice value there. But yeah, Zone, what do you think?
I hate to go against you because I really like Dariush. Just I feel like he's shown he can get clipped. He is unbelievable anywhere. Like he can win the fight anywhere. But I don't know. I guess it's more of a gut feeling. But I think that he does get clipped, and I think at some point maybe some ground and pound, and I think I got Gamrot at plus 250 by finish, maybe like the second round.
Yeah, it's certainly good value there on the finish, because they're leaning maybe a little too heavily on the fight to go to the distance, right? So plus 250 again. I was just talking up plus 162 on Darius. Plus 250 is even better, right?
No, but it's just more of a gut feeling. It's not like
I'm just saying, like, it's an excellent payout. It's an excellent payout, right? So and then for something that is, it's somewhat likely to happen, right? As you said, Dariush has gotten caught before, and Gamrot is extremely talented.
And Z, you always have like a good like later round pick, so I'll go with kind of what I was saying, plus 850 for a second round finish by Gamrot.
Nice.
That could be a good small little bet or something, couple of units.
Yeah. I see what you're saying there. My gut's kind of calling to that as well, now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more. I mean, I still think it's a
Dariush is sick
fight, but that Gamrot at plus 250, I couldn't fault anyone for taking that either. So
okay, we got 8.5 minutes, so we got
it's three fights left.
3 fights.
Yep, let's go 3 minutes apiece. So Sugar Sean O'Malley, Petr Yan. This one opened plus 300 O'Malley. Over the last few weeks, it's reduced down as money's come on him. But I'm going with the underdog here, and the X factor is simply reach advantage and striking is where I think O'Malley's gonna win this fight. And if I had to guess method, it'd be via decision. I think Jan's got a chin. I think that O'Malley's going to respect his inside game and just try to circle and keep the distance. And as a result, we're going to go to the judges' scorecards. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I like that value as well, Sean. Like plus 500. The way that his performances have been is I think is excellent as well. I think I'm going to end up going chalk here for the main part, like as a single bet. Yan at plus 105. There's no value there really, but that is what I think is going to happen. I think O'Malley is an excellent fighter, but Jan's on a different level. Sterling proved that he is on that same level. And we're going to talk about that more in a second. But Yan plus 105. That's what I'll be taking mainly there. But again, can't fault anyone on Sean O'Malley plus 500, finish or decision. So nice.
Sony?
Yeah, just throwing a kind of a I don't even know what you call it, a long shot, I guess. I'd put $10 on Sean O'Malley by finish in the first round, but it's by strikes.
Boosted?
Boosted plus 1,200.
Nice.
$10.
It's not bad. That's not bad. And he's known for those highlight reel.
Never know.
Just comes out home run swings. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible.
And Jan could come out mad. He lost the last fight looking to prove something and then just gets clipped. So
hands down, chin out. Yep, agreed.
It
Could
could
be
happen.
vulnerable. Could happen. So now we got to move on to the Bantamweight Championship of the World. We've got the Backpack King, Aljamain Sterling, crawling around on his knees, just with one arm waving around. First,
it works.
TJ PED Dillashaw. Who do you guys feel?
Yeah, for this one again, on like super tough fight to call. It's a real tough one. I'm still going around in my brain right now, but TJ Dillashaw plus 140. I mean, that looks like a little bit of value there. Sterling at minus 170. I could see him winning this fight as well. There's just not nearly enough value there on that. I can do Sterling at round 3 or 4. I could see something happening where he slowly breaks him down, backpacks him, same thing as we did with Jan, but ends up getting a submission win later on, round 4 plus 2,000. I could do something like that. But yeah, this one I'm not going to be touching too hard because I have no idea what's happening here. But what do you guys? Yeah, Zone, what do you think?
I like the boosted Aljamain Sterling by finish. I think he gets a submission, maybe like the 4th round, by grinding it out. You know, Dillashaw hasn't fought a ton, getting back in there, coming off PEDs, obviously he's in good shape now, but like he hasn't been in there. I think there's going to be a little bit of a gas tank leak later on in the fight, and Sterling's going to do what he does best. He's going to take control, and then I think he might find a late submission. So that's where I'm leaning.
Yeah, and it does look like boosted, I guess, is just by finish because it's double chance KO or submission.
Yeah,
plus 350. So that's pretty good value on a 5-round fight.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe, and if you want to be really crazy, look at round betting plus 2,000 round 4, plus 2,800 round 5.
I didn't even look at those.
Could be some half unit lottery tickets there. But we do have to move on because we've got the main event of the evening. UFC vacant lightweight championship of the world. Charlie Olives versus Islam Makhachev. Who are you guys leaning towards?
D-Ball, what do you got, man?
Yeah, this one, impossible to really lean or like hard lean anywhere on this one. I think as a true MMA fan, I think either way, no matter what happens, I think we're all going to be shocked at the end of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Islam in terms of winning this fight. He is the one favorite. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of value there per se, but I am going to be putting some money on him because I am, it's somewhat confident, leaning in terms of that way, at least very slightly. It's going to be a matter of where does the fight take place. If it takes place in the center of the octagon, then I really think Charles Oliveira has an excellent chance. If Islam can get him up against the cage, use that, the Dagestani handcuff, all that sort of stuff, then he certainly has a chance to break him down. Charles hasn't fought someone this strong, grappling, but he's obviously not afraid to go to the ground. So that's really where I think the real sparks are going to fly, is when they get to the grapple, and we'll see kind of who's champ there. But I don't see this fight going to the distance. But I do like the over at 1.5 rounds, minus 175. That's something I'm looking to parlay with a few things. I don't think anyone finishes. I think they're too tough. Yes, Charles is extremely aggressive in every fight. He just walks people down, but he doesn't go away very easily. I don't see Islam going away very easily. Abu Dhabi, all that pressure, all these things. He's been asking for this championship. So over minus 175. Let's get that one.
Sony?
Obviously, like, this is like just must watch TV around the world. It's gonna be unreal. Fuck, man. I just all right.
Those odds are, I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
The over is so plus.
Yeah, I know.
That really surprises me. I don't
Yeah.
know. I did not expect that lightweight.
I'm gonna go with Oliveira by submission in round 1.
Yeah.
Is that
Plus-
boost?
Yeah. That's what I'm
super
thinking.
boosty.
Wow.
It's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
Plus 1,000. Holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty good. What I was going to say is boosted. It's not as good odds. Makhachev, double chance, submission or decision, plus 175. Kind of like that. I could see it being a really close competitive grind
Submission
him
or
out,
decision. Yes.
just like grappling and all 5
totally
rounds.
could. Yeah.
So really tough, man. We only got 30 seconds left, but this could be one of the tightest title fights of recent memory.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait to see you boys too.
Yep. Can't go wrong. We're going to meet all y'all at the Cashier. Should be around 5 p.m. Saturday. Let's get those winnings, parlay it into the Raptors that night. But thanks for tuning in. Catch you on episode 93. Let's get it.